Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about comparable and comparator. Okay. So these are the two different interfaces that we have are used for sorting. Okay. Now we will understand how they are used differently. Okay, and where to use which one. Okay. First, I'll go to the definition, then I'll come to the code. In Java, comparable and comparator are both interfaces used for sorting. However, they are used in different contexts and have different methods. Okay, as I was saying before. Okay, so they both are used for sorting, and they both are interfaces. Okay. Now, first one is the comparable. Comparable is used to define the natural ordering of objects. A class that implements comparable must override the compare to method, which compares the current object with another object of the same type. In simpler terms, okay, so comparable, if you use it, you have to implement it. It's an interface, and then you have to override the compare to method. This comparable will only one way you want to do it. Okay, you cannot have multiple ways of sorting. Okay, so that's what comparable is. I'll first read the definition of comparator also, then we will jump into the code to understand the difference. Okay, so comparator is used to define multiple ways of sorting objects. See the multiple ways of sorting object. Okay, it is implemented in a separate class or as an anonymous class, and it can be used to compare objects in a way different from the natural ordering. Okay, so simpler, the major difference terms you can talk about is like comparable will only give you to sort in or one way. Okay, comparator is used to define multiple ways of sorting objects. Okay, straight. Now let's just go to the code and see that. Okay. Yeah, so I've created the comparator underscore comparable one package. Okay, I've created one student class over here because I will be doing this comparison over here only. Means I will be using this student class, maybe list of students, and I'll do the sorting operations on this. Okay, so see, first I'll talk about the comparable. See over here, I've implemented the comparable interface. This is how you have to implement it. It takes the T variable or a generic where you have to provide which class you will be doing the sorting or whichever functions. Okay. The moment you write the implements, it will ask you to override this compare to method. Okay. So now in this, I'm doing a compare on the age. Okay. Now I have two parameters, name and age. So with this compare to method, I'm thinking of comparing with the age. Okay, so the moment you write compare to, you can just write integer dot compare, and you can just provide this dot age and the other date age which I will get it in the input. So it will compare and return an output. So this works with a -1 and then 0 and then +1 way. Okay, you do like you can even go into deep and check it out, but this is the generic way it goes around -1, 0, and 1. Okay, and on that basis it will sort the object or list of the objects which you are giving it to. Okay, now I will go to the client code for this. Okay, so see over here I've created students, means I'm creating a list of students. So for that I've created new students everywhere. So new students Alice, Bob, Charlie. Okay, and their ages. Now I'm calling this collection dot sort. Now when you call this collection dot sort student automatically, this will go and it will call this compare to function. Okay, so this is how it works. The moment you call this collection dot sort, internally it will go and it will call that compare to function which we have overridden in our class. Okay, I'll just run this and show to you. Right now I've given 23, 21, 22. I want to sort them by their age. Okay, so let's just see it. Yeah, so it ran. You can see we got an output with their age. Okay, see, student name Bob came first, and we are sorting with the age. So 21 came first, then 22, then 23. Okay, so this is how you can use the single the single sorting that we have. Okay, and that is called, in our case, is a comparable. Okay, now we will talk about the comparator, where we were talking about the multiple ways of sorting. Okay, so for that I'm also using the same student class. Okay, now in this it's like we have to define which objects or which parameter we will be using to sort. Okay, so here also I'm using the same inputs which I've created in my client.java. It is basically I've copied it from the same place. Okay, now if I just go below, I'll show you the many different ways of sorting in the comparator. Okay, so firstly we will you can see I've created over here sorting by age. Okay, now using the comparator. Now the thing is, like, you can see I'm writing student.sort and I'm providing a new comparator. Now this is the anonymous class basically. Okay, like you can have another class and there you can do all this implementation and then you can call them. Okay, so on not using them directly, or you can call that class, but which we are I've thought of not using that, so I've used it an anonymous class over here. Okay, in this, now the moment I write a new comparator, I have to give a definition, or you can say give a functionality to the compare function. Okay, this will take two inputs, s1 and s2, and I'm comparing them by their age. This is also running as same as like 1 minus 1 and then 0. On that basis it will sort the list of inputs which I will give it to it. Okay, and below you can see I'm just calling the uh, print statement of that. Okay, now I'm sorting it with one more way. Okay, now you can see I've written it over here also. Like what you can do, you can have a two different classes, one class to sort it on the basis of age, one class to sort it on the basis of name. Okay, right now I'm using the anonymous class, so I've used it in my function itself. So here you can see I've created a new comparator. The moment I write the new comparator object I create, so that means it will ask for me to override the compare function. Okay, so this is where you can override it, and this is how you have to provide the functionality for the string inputs. Like you can use the compare to function over here. Okay, so in this way you will get this will sort the list of objects for you on the basis of name. Okay, in the end I'm just running it. I'll just show to you by running it once. Okay, yeah, so it just ran. You can see first the sorted by age, it ran it off. Okay, so it came from here. Now you can see the age is 21, then 22, and then 23, so it's sorting in a increasing order. Okay, so it sorted in like that. Now if I just go below, I have also written a sort by name. Okay, if I just go below, you can see age is sorry, it's not age, the name, Alice, Bob, and the Charlie. So this is how it works. Now again, to give you a difference between them, the which we have comparator, it helps, or it gives the functionality which we can solve, which we can sort our a list of objects in multiple ways. Okay, so right now I've sorted with name, age. You can have even multiple objects, you can have different classes created for them. You can even use this anonymous classes which I just created for you. Okay, and then we have a comparator. Sorry, we have a comparable. Now comparable only helps in sorting in a single way. Okay, I think this would have cleared your doubts, or also the understanding you would have got it. Okay, if you still have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll go and I'll check it out and I'll reply over there. Okay, thank you, bye bye.